David Williams with Jesus Ministries. Okay, so I saw a man, a friend of mine sent me a video of a man who was very, very emotional because he had come across some information about how the Bible is false and Christianity is false. And obviously he came across this information online because that's generally how we gain access to information now. We don't live it out. You know, we don't live out the truths that we discover. We go online, we use our critical thinking, as impaired and broken as it is, and then we decide something. I'm gonna say something that may sound very, very crude. The same people who say, I am a critical thinker, I am intelligent, I'm smart, these people grab their private parts to the point of personal pleasure. They rape themselves. We're talking about the sin of masturbation, or as the scriptures would simply call it, fornication or lasciviousness or debauchery or whatever you'd like to describe it as. Self-rape. Self-sex. Rape. So there are guys who rape themselves, women who rape themselves, who look at imagery of nudity on cinema, on film, and in magazines and on the internet. They are governed by foolish lusts, and they purport to tell us the truth. These self-rapists are the ones who are going out, gathering information, compiling it, and giving it to you and to I, to you and to me. They're giving it to you and me. People who would kill themselves, these suicidal self-rapists, the same ones who say that there is no truth. Jesus is not true. The Bible is not true. These are the people that we trust. These are the people whose research we trust. We trust that they were able to critically analyze and compile this information to share it with us and to tell us right from wrong. Attempting to guide and to control our lives and to take us in a direction. People who want access to our beliefs. They want access to your system of thought. These are the people that these self-rapists and suicidal wicked men and women, these are the people that we trust to properly calculate the age of the earth. These are the people that we trust to properly assess historical information and to write about it in a logical way. Not the logic that tells them that this is okay, but the logic that actually matches with creation, like actually coincides with reality. These are the people that whose research we trust and believe. And we don't even respect the fact that research is generally biased. Even if it's biased to show the truth, it's biased nonetheless. There are things that you're going to factor in that you believe, and things that you're going to exclude because you just don't believe it coincides with the rest of your research. Because you don't believe it coincides with the rest of your research, you may leave it out. You may feel it's unimportant. And those of us who cannot travel the world and gather pieces of information or find information in order to include it in our research project to present it to those who would review it, those of us who can't travel the world, we're just subject to these people. And these people are desperately wicked and their minds are warped. Those who follow Charles Darwin, the man's research was very readily undermined just a few years after, while he was living, but just a few years after his death. But yet we still parrot the information like it's true. If there's no God, then there is no accountability for human action, and everyone should just act like we act in the animal kingdom, act like animals. The fact that we have systems, the fact that we construct and can operate systems of trust in this life that's greater than the simple mechanical workings of our mind, because we are a very, very diverse people. We're not like ants. We've got a greater sense of choice and reason and all of that. We are the most skilled and perfect creatures on this planet. We are. We're the most skilled and perfect creatures on this planet. And we know that right and wrong exists. And so anybody who tells you that there's no God, anybody that tells you that there's no Jesus is number one, a liar, because they don't even believe that, even though they might say that, that might be their conclusion, but what they're saying contradicts their own way of living. What they're lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves, and so they readily lie to you. And the fact that they rape themselves and do things that they know destroys them from within is proof that they are untrustworthy and disloyal and traitorous. They're treacherous. They're traitors. They're liars. They betray themselves. They betray themselves. They hurt themselves willingly for the sake of pleasure. So they, in that context, are fools. These are the people that want to speak into our lives. These are the people that want to direct our belief systems. These are the people who point out the wickedness of others when they are in deep wickedness themselves. And murderous. These are murderous liars. They have a reason to say that there's no God. Because if there was a God, they know that they would be damned because of the content of their thoughts. So you don't have to be afraid of a wicked man's research, because saying that I've been all over the world, or that I've taken some dirt and put it into a glass and then burned it and conclude that, oh, this dirt is 5 billion years old. Whatever the process of how they date stuff is, I don't know. And it doesn't matter, because they don't know. I don't know, and neither do they. So it doesn't matter. Nor does the carbon dating, or any kind of dating that they do. It doesn't help them. They're not better people. They're just more capable of destroying. So we don't listen to liars and destroyers. We don't do that. We don't pay attention to the voice of strangers. We don't know those voices. We ignore them. So avoid all of the error of the wicked if possible. It's out there. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying avoid it. Don't pass by it. We'll talk again.